As a media doctor who's been involved in the junior doctors contract dispute since November 2015, I was concerned about how the argument was being put across. It was too technical. Doctors were not making the case in a way patients and the public could understand and engage with the issues that were happening. And that's why I set up What Med Media to put out content like this.
Well done, my young Padawan. Your training is now complete. You are now an apprentice.
Thank you, Master.
There is much trouble in the Republic. Your work must begin immediately.
I understand, Master.
First, you must travel to Tatooine and negotiate a new trade deal with the Hutts.
Yes, Master.
Then you must go to Coruscant, for the Queen urgently requires your help.
Yes, Master.
All the while, you must continue your training.
Of course, Master.
You must work on controlling the Force and your lightsaber skills, and your study of the ancient prophecies is still incomplete. All of this you must learn before the next meeting of the Jedi Council.
That seems a lot, Master, but yes, if that is your wish.
And you must be present for the Chancellor's meeting with the Queen, so all your tasks must be completed before then.
Of course, Master. I will catch up with my training on my day off next week.
Day off?
Yes, Master.
There's no days off, my young apprentice.
But I have a pod race. I booked it months ago. It's next Thursday.
Not anymore.
Annual leave?
No.
What?
The Senate has voted to give the Jedi Council the power to decide whether apprentices get time off or not.
And?
We decided not to bother.
What? Why?
There is much to be done, my young apprentice. All Jedis must work together now.
Yes, but I can't do everything I've been tasked with without having a day off from my duties. It's impossible.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
I think this is dangerous, Master. After working 2 weeks with no rest, what if I'm tired and I injure somebody with my lightsaber? Or worse still, somebody tries to kidnap the Queen and I'm unable to prevent it.
Well, that would mean you're not very good at your job.
Or that I'm a human that requires a healthy work-life balance.
You're not a human. You're a Jedi.
Jedis are human, aren't we?
I don't think so.
We look human.
What, even that weird one with the long head like a cock?
What? The old guy with the bumpy forehead? The Klingon?
What's a Klingon?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, no time for days off, I'm afraid. You will be working non-stop.
Well, at least I'll be compensated fairly.
What do you mean?
You know, those long hours, nights, weekends. A few more Republic credits in my pocket. What?
Well, you see, that's changed too. You won't get paid overtime for working nights and Saturdays anymore. Saturday's just as good as Tuesday.
But that's when the job is most dangerous. Everyone knows bounty hunters cause most trouble on a Saturday night.
Which is why we need you especially then.
Then shouldn't I be paid accordingly?
Ooh, so you're only doing this for the money, are you? You Jedis these days, no sense of passion for the job.
Would you have been an apprentice on these terms?
Of course not, don't be ridiculous.
Well, why should we?
You're young, my apprentice. When you're older, you'll understand.
Junior Jedi explained the junior doctor contract dispute in a way that would resonate with members of the public. And it led to lots of other media opportunities, mainstream media opportunities, which I will come on to shortly. It's why What Med Media were very vocal in orchestrating a Vote No campaign against this unsafe and discriminatory contract that is now being forced upon the next generation of doctors. It's a contract that will set doctors against hospitals, and it's something that the mainstream media still don't really want to convey the full extent of. This was from January 2016.
Well, Dr. Kishan Rees is a junior doctor and teaches medical undergraduates at Lincoln County Hospital. I asked him how much junior doctors earn in a year.
It really is a vast amount depending on their level of experience. Can be between £23,000 to £24,000 when they're just starting out, right the way up to £60,000 to £70,000 the day before they're going to be a consultant.
The government say they've addressed most of your concerns. Give me one concern that you think they haven't addressed.
Well, I think patient safety has got to be at the top of the agenda. Guardians have been mentioned. These are trust-appointed positions that would safeguard junior doctors working, but they don't seem as robust as the severe financial penalties in place at the moment for trusts.
But you're going to get 11% pay increase. Government say 75% of doctors will be better off. Isn't it really that you hang on. Isn't it really that you don't want to work in the evenings and at weekends?
Absolutely
Isn't that
not.
what it's about?
Definitely not. Absolutely not. We work evenings. We work weekends. junior doctors.
Well, I saw a junior doctor being interviewed on the television earlier today. He said he wanted to be at home with his wife on a Saturday. Many people want to be at home with their wife on a Saturday, but they have to work.
Well, I think if you get a Tuesday and a Wednesday off, I think that's absolutely fine, and I think many doctors think that as well. I think some of the concerns are there's junior doctors that are working 12 days in a row. So if you're working 12 days in a row, I don't think it's unreasonable to want to see your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, in the week.
The government have a mandate for NHS care at the weekends after the election. I mean, it's generally accepted that it's not as safe to be in hospitals at weekends as it is. As it is in the week. That's generally accepted, isn't it? And
I would contest that point.
Are you not, as junior doctors, trying to stop that?
I would contest that point that it's generally accepted that it's in terms of the safety aspects at weekends, and I think there's evidence that people would contest that. Lots of people would contest that. Some of the figures in those studies are questionable, and I think we'll see more of that coming out in days and weeks to come.
OK, poll out today, Mori poll, 2/3 of the public support you. Do you think that will continue when you have your second and third strike in February, and the third strike's going to affect A&E?
Yeah,
public sympathy will ebb away, won't it?
Quite possibly, and yes, that is certainly a concern, and I wouldn't blame the public if public sympathy did ebb away, especially when the threat of emergency care is withdrawn. I don't know how I could handle that. I'm in education, so if I don't work, students don't get taught. There's no impact on patient safety. But if I was in that position, it would be very, very difficult to do that. And I personally hope that that's just a bargaining chip, and I hope that will get called off as the first strike was in December.
The Health Secretary has said that the strike is completely unnecessary. Do you agree with him?
Well, the Health Secretary wouldn't be interviewed last night.
That wasn't the question. Do you agree with him? It's completely unnecessary.
Well, I disagree with him then in that respect.
Dr. Rees, very good to talk to you tonight. Thank you very much indeed. I wish you well.
Thank you.
With a few notable exceptions, those being LBC, Channel 4 and Sky, mainstream media has largely failed the junior doctor movement, which certainly among the grassroots level was concerned with whistleblowing and patient safety issues. It's a shame that the BMA capitulated and has gone ahead in aiding the implementation of this contract that was rejected by a majority of its members. Now, I don't think the fight for the NHS will be won through mainstream media. We need innovative measures through social media, as the two formats are converging anyway, making mainstream media slightly more of an irrelevance. Why else would Jeremy Corbyn agree to participate in these? You've got people that can operate behind an NHS logo, and I found it fascinating.
Well, Jeremy Hunt operates behind the NHS logo.
That pin.
NHS badge all the time.
That's very true. The one positive thing to come out of all of this is a situation where you have found a group of doctors that have become increasingly politicised, which is no bad thing. Certainly, pre-November 2015, I was not only media naive, but I was also politically naive as well. So it's been a steep learning curve. The next thing doctors must get their heads around and become aware of are STPs, or Sustainability and Transformation Plans, and what they mean to the services we offer and the impact it will have on our patients. And I wouldn't really blame doctors for not knowing about them, as up until recently they've been kept highly confidential. Now, health and social care is inherently linked to the NHS, yet as far as I know it is not mentioned in these STPs. When I phoned 5 Live the other day to try and get on air and make this point, I was told it was too political and they didn't really want to get into the politics of it. Now, the way healthcare is funded is inherently political, and as doctors and nurses we must transcend party politics and engage with our patients, engage with members of the public, talk to them about what these reforms mean, because it is only with the critical mass of public opinion that we will be able to instigate change and ultimately protect the health service that we all love. I'm really sorry I can't be with you today, as I would have loved to have spoken, so I hope this video is the next best thing. Thank you for doing what you're doing, going out on the streets and protesting and campaigning, because the NHS is something we all hold dear. And if you haven't already, please do head over to the WhatMed Media page, come and say hello, check out the content that we put out,
because we will continue putting content out that tells you exactly what's going on in your NHS. No spin, just doctors. So cheers. I hope you all have a very happy and safe Christmas, and I will see you guys in the new year, no doubt. Thanks, take care, see you soon.